Hey Bayek, it's me Ian. And in today's video, well, I'm looking at this. This is Mama from 2013. And it's a rather good supernatural horror film. It surprised me. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of really great atmosphere in this film. Yes. So let's get into it. It's 100 minutes long. Rotten Tomatoes give it 64%, which I suppose isn't bad for them. Some of the critics, as usual, quite mixed. It's a horror film, and sometimes you know what they're like. They have a certain, well, ideas about what they expect from it, and this is what we get. But it's always interesting to see what critics are, thinking. Anyhow, let's get into this. The screenplay is by Neil Cross, and then brother and sister. There's Andy Machete and Barbara Machete, and they're Argentinian. And of course, Andy Machete directs the film, and the story was from them too as well. So they transformed it into the screenplay, their story. Now, say it's directed by Andy Machete. He's, this is his first film, and he went on to direct It 2017 and It Chapter 2 2019, and then much more recently, he directed The Flash. Yes, the rather controversial DC Flash. Yes, from 2023. He's the director of that. So his career has moved on really well from this. This is really good. I think I can see why he was chosen for it, definitely, from this film. Incidentally, one of the executive producers on this is, yes, now I'll never get his first name right. Guillermo del Toro. Yes. Oh, yes. Pan's Labyrinth. I'll just say that. Yes. So he has had some role in this as an executive producer. Now, this film, which again I think shows you that the public loved this film, and why the studios thought, well, yeah, we'll definitely want more of him as a director. It was on a $15 million budget, and it made, listen to this, $148.1 million. Wow, that is amazing. That you can see they'd be really impressed with that, very much so. Now, production was in Pinewood Studios, Toronto, between the 3rd of October to the 9th of December 2011. Then we've got locations in Quebec City, Quebec. And of course, it's as often with these films that are done in Canada, because it's much cheaper. It is actually supposedly Clifton Forge in Virginia in the film. I think it looks good, as these Canadian films do, because of the locations. They always look good. And the studios, because this one is also very much reliant on the studio getting that particular right. And we've got a combination, which again is an important part of practical and CGI effects working well together. That is fantastic. And that is an important part of this film, I think, getting that right, and they certainly got that right. It's good that they were able to do that, and It is fantastic. Really, it looks good. This film is about the way it looks in many ways, mixed with how good the story and performances are of the actors. It all comes together really well. Anyhow, let me get into the cast. Now we've got Jessica Chastain playing Annabelle or Annie. She's well, her career started in many ways with a film like The Help in 2011, which was a big success, and then Interstellar 2014. She's in that. She was in The Martian 2015. This is really good stuff. And she was in It Chapter 2 2019. Great career already. Yes, still going on. And then we have got Nicholas Costa Walde. He plays two roles. There's a twin. He plays Jeffrey, as we see at the beginning, and then his twin, Luke. Yes, well done. Films that he is involved in was Enigma. Yes, that's a very good Second World War film, 2001. Another war film, a different era, Black Hawk Down from 2001. That's a very popular film. Then he was in a film, Silencing, in 2020. Now, I'm not a view. I've never seen this show, and though it's a massive, so most other people would say, "Oh, it's him from Game of Thrones." Apparently, a major role in Game of Thrones between 2011 and 2019. So there you are. They'll probably see him as, whereas I don't, because I don't. I've never seen this show. Yes, I know. Yes, but there we are. Right. Then we've got Megan Carpentier, or Carpentier, who plays Victoria. She's very good as well. She's in Resident Evil 2012. And then, yes, surprise, surprise, this often happens with directors. She was in It 2017 and It Chapter 2 2019. Often this happens, especially with like a child director as well. A child, the director's relationship is quite crucial. And obviously, he carried on using her in the films. So, yeah. Then we've got Isabel Nellis, who plays Lily. Yes. Another child actress in this. She was in It 2017. She was also in The Far Shore 2018. Yeah. They're both excellent in this. Yeah, definitely. Then we've got Daniel Cash playing Dr. Gerald Dreyfus, another quite important pivotal role in this film. He was in a film called Exit Wounds, 2001, Cinderella Man, 2005, and The Kindness of Strangers, 2019. Is in those. Also, quite a lot of TV roles, but I've not seen him. And then I've got to mention him because he plays the sort of, he's known for playing the creatures and the special effects. He plays the entity, the mama entity. And that is Javier Botet. He's done so many different things. I noticed he's done Wreck 2007, Wreck 2 2009, The Conjuring 2, he's in that 2016, and of course he was in, yes, you've guessed it, It 2017, It Chapter 2, 2019. And then last year, he was in The Voyage of the Demeter playing Dracula. And it's the Dracula, it was the more vampire creature look of Dracula. Yeah, and he's got other roles as well. I've not mentioned them all. There's lots of them, and also I think he's involved in TV work as well. But the makeup it shows him on the extras is amazing what they do, and combined with the sort of the practical effects mixed with the CGI, because he has to be on wires, the movement. There's certain movements in this character that are done fantastic. The effects are important, definitely in this, and combining with CGI. I keep saying it, but it shows that it can be done in a really good way. Either we get too much CGI nowadays and it doesn't look good, but it can't. It's not all negative. It can be used in a good way, and it certainly is in this film. So they're the sort of main cast members. So you want to know, hey, what's it about? Well, it starts off in quite a dramatic way. These two young girls are abandoned by their father, who's been doing a lot of killing. He's apparently the effects of the 2008 financial crash or something. It's all affected him, and he's basically going to kill them. The car crashes. They ended up in this cabin, and he's gonna kill him, but then he can't kill him because something stops him killing him, and it's the mama. And then that's it. That's what we see. And this entity, who they start to call Mama, basically is raising them, looking after them. Yes, in this cabin. And they're like feral children, you could say, to some extent, because 5 years later, they had discovered the twin of the father, Jeffrey, is now, the twin is Lucas. He's decided to look out, take his responsibilities, and they found them. They found them in this cabin, and they bring them back into their place. They decide, actually, I say their place, it isn't really, because it is part of this, I suppose it's like an institute. It's a big house, but it's part of this doctor who runs this, who wants to try and study them, rehabilitate them, put them, find out why they're, hopefully adapting. And that's his job. And of course, Lucas and his girlfriend, who is played by Jessica Chastain, Annabelle, has to become like a mother. And I don't think she's quite, at the first, they don't think she's going to be suitable for that role. But yeah, she embraces it. She's his girlfriend, and that's really interesting. Anyhow, the thing is, what the film, of course, is about is that the entity, Mama, follows them to that place. And from there, it all sorts of things happen. It's a brilliant story as it unfolds. And it really grips you. I was just totally gripped by it. I loved it. And the ending particularly is really emotional. And you find out why, all that's happened about what this entity in the flashback sequences. And it's just, I was shocked really, but because I didn't expect it to be quite so emotionally. The emotion in it, it's quite overwhelming, really. In the end, I found it, which is good because it just shows you how much you've connected. But I must say that Jessica Chastain's performance is outstanding in that role, and you really connect with her. You know, she's like a reluctant mother, and then she totally embraces it, and it's great. And of course, as I mentioned, the special effects and of the mama character that we see, and the way that these children are as well, the way they are, that is amazing acting. Well, the way they move and what have you at first, and the way they are, because the way they've been living, it is fantastic. I highly recommend this film. I can't talk about it. It's a great film. It is a great film. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And here it is. Some great special effects on features. The features are really good. Really pleased I've got this in my collection. There it is. Mama, I highly recommend this. Really do. Say he's a good director. Definitely. That's it. Yes. So, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and then we'll let you know when I produce all these videos and have a look at playlists and all that, and enjoy that. And if you like this particular video, please give it a like. It gets it out into the YouTube and the algorithms and all that stuff. And also, if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments. I really do. Fantastic comments. And it all costs note. You can't say fairer than that, can they? Buy it, you can't. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.